We are looking at action verbs and linking verbs. Okay, remember the verb is what? Who can tell me what a verb is? Lillian?
A verb is something you do.
Good, it's what the subject does or is, right? Yep. Did you have something to add? Huh? I didn't hear what you said. Okay, so it's what you did or are doing. Okay, it's what the subject does or is. So, an action verb tells what the subject does. Okay, so action, if we think about action, obviously something is happening. Someone is doing something. When you think of action books or movies, they are it's not someone just sitting there, right? They're doing a lot. So it's what the subject does. Okay? Makes sense? A linking verb tells what the subject is by linking the subject to a noun or an adjective in a predicate part of a sentence. Okay? So a linking verb, it says it links or connects the subject to a noun or adjective. And it tells what the subject is. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? So, and then it says a predicate noun renames the subject. A predicate adjective describes the subject. Okay? So let's look at some examples. I am a fan of basketball. You guys see that in our yellow box? I am a fan of basketball. So, let's look to the right. They break that down for us. It says the simple subject is I, right? It is what the sentence is about or who it is about. Are you looking at it? The linking verb is am. Okay, I am. The predicate noun, so the predicate, remember, is the end part of the sentence, right? We have the subject where it tells us who or what, and then the predicate is telling us what they are doing or what they are, okay? So the predicate noun is fan, okay? Does that make sense? Now look, the basketball is orange. The simple subject is basketball. That's what the sentence is about, right? The linking verb is. And the predicate adjective is orange. Okay? Do you all see that? All right. So, a diagram of a sentence shows how the words in the sentence relate to each other. The vertical line crosses the baseline of this and separates the subject and the predicate. Just like usual, that vertical up and down line separates us between the subject and the predicate of our sentence. Okay? On the diagram, notice that the slanted line points the predicate noun or predicate adjective back towards the subject. So, do you see that slanted line? The slanted line doesn't look like this, right? It looks like this, like it's pointing this way. And it's pointing this way because it is connecting our predicate information back to our noun, okay? So it's almost like it's an arrow. Make sense? Some of the verbs are sensory words. These include smell, taste, look, sound, and feel. Some sensory words can be action verbs. So the players look at the coach. That's an action verb, right? They look, but it's a sensory word. Some sensory words can be linking verbs. The players look happy. It's the same word, different meaning, okay? If they look at the coach, they are doing something. So it's an action verb, okay? Because they did it. If it is they look happy, it's saying what they are. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's look at numbers 1 and 2. It says the referee blew the whistle. So we're underlining the simple subject once and underlining the verb twice. If the verb is a linking verb, draw an arrow linking the subject to the predicate noun or predicate adjective. Okay? So let's look at this. Let's look at number 1. The referee blew the whistle. What is my simple subject? The simple subject, remember, is who or what is doing the action. Charisma? Referee. We need to underline referee 1 time. In number 1, underline referee 1 time. Now, what is my verb what is my verb here? Lillian? Blue. We are going to underline that twice. Okay? In this sentence, is our verb a linking or is our verb a linking verb? Or is it an action verb? If it's linking, I want you to put an L. If it's action, I want you to put an A. Okay? Is it an action or a linking? It is an action. He blew the whistle. That is an action. Okay? So we do not need to draw an arrow. Make sense? Okay, let's look at number 2. The people looked at the referee. What is my simple subject here, Keegan? People. Underline that once. And what is my verb? Mary? Looked. We need to underline that twice. Now, is this an action or is this a linking? Action or linking? Don't look around. I want to see what you know. Action or linking? Do the symbol. Action or linking? Everyone. Action. Because they didn't look happy. They're looking at something, right? So they are physically looking. Does that make sense? If they are actually doing it with their eyes, it is an action. Make sense? Okay. All right. So number 3 says the blue team is the winner. What is my simple subject here? Someone new. Ben. Team. Good. Underline it once. What is my verb? Charisma? Is. Underline it twice. Now, look at is. Linking or action? Is this a linking or an action verb? Linking or action? Everyone do your symbol. Everyone do your symbol. Good. It is a linking. Okay? What is it linking us to? The team is what? Winner. Right? So, you need to draw an arrow connecting team and winner. Do you see how I put an arrow on both ends? Okay. So when you do the arrow, you're saying, okay, the team is what? Okay. So here, this was our predicate noun. Okay. Now let's look at this one. The players felt tired after the game. What is my simple subject, Keegan? Players. Joseph, what is my verb? Felt. Good. This one might be tricky. What kind of verb is this one? Linking or action? Everyone. It's actually a linking because it is linking to what they felt. Okay? So remember, we talked about just how look can be action or linking. So can feel. Remember, it's sensory things. So look, feel, taste, touch, right? And hear. Does that make sense? Here, their felt is not an action. It's a linking to what they actually feel. Okay? So that means it is linking players to tired. So we need to draw our arrow. Okay? Did you draw your arrow? Good. When you've done that, look at the back. On the top part, it says underline the simple subject once and underline the verb twice. If the verb is a linking, draw an arrow linking the subject with the predicate noun and predicate adjective, just like what we did up here. Okay? I will tell you, only 3 sentences do not need an arrow. Okay? So there are 4 sentences that you need to put an arrow with. Now look at 8, 9, and 10. We did not practice graphing these, okay? But they gave us examples. But just to practice, let's look at how we would diagram this sentence, number 4. You don't need to write this, you just need to watch. So this is what my diagram that they give me looks like. Right? So, just like normal, my subject goes all the way over here, and my subject we said was players. And then I put my verb, which we said was felt. Then, this is where I'm putting what my linking verb, everyone look. This is where I'm putting what my linking verb connected players to. They felt tired. Okay? Does that make sense? They already give you the diagrams, and if you have to decide, they don't give you this line. Okay? You have to decide if the sentence is a linking verb or if it's an action verb. Okay? And if it's an action verb, then you do not do this part, right? Because we already have our action. Any questions on that? You do not need to do apply and write. Put an X on the apply and write. All right, go ahead and get started.